Welcome back, lazy gamers. We are back for a one-off with Civ 6. This one is from my archives and it was a wild one. This is Byzantium, Theodora, with what looks like an insanely overpowered start.
It was a fantastic landscape.
But there will be challenges here. If you look closely, growth in the capital is going to be slow and housing could become an issue. This capital will need a harbor sooner rather than later, and planning districts in this land I see is going to be challenging. Now, although Roirama opens up a fantastic +6 holy site, as Theodora, this might not be the best spot for it. To understand why, let's talk about Theodora first and cover her core abilities. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up since I want more than a moment to talk about farms with Theodora. The Hippodrome is the unique district for Byzantium and the replacement for the entertainment complex. We will build as many of these as we can in as many cities as we can since its construction, and every building within it gives a free, no maintenance heavy cavalry unit. The extra amenity is a cool bonus too, but the free units can set the stage for an eventual domination push. The Dromon is a very strong quadrireme replacement that may be situational in use, but considering that we have a coastal start, we will build more than our fair share of Dromons this game. It's lethally strong against units and stays relevant quite long into the game, at least until we get to frigates. The Byzantine core ability is Taxis, where if we convert other holy sites to the Byzantium religion, all units get +3 strength. And every time we kill enemy units, we spread the Byzantine religion. So war goes hand in hand with religion spread, which if we convert other holy sites, makes our units stronger, thus making Byzantium an excellent domination civ. To set this up, getting to a religion early is key. I'm not entirely sold on seeking a domination win here, and to be honest, I expect to play the map and keep all win conditions on the table, at least until one looks to pull away from the others. Let's see. Now, Theodora's core ability is called Metanoia. So let's talk about farms here since this benefit is a very Theodora specific ability. Holy sites provide culture equal to its adjacency, and farms give faith adjacency to holy sites and hippodromes. So Theodora can make holy sites in the unlikeliest of places, which work in synergy with farms and hippodromes, and we can create monster faith and culture yields overall. Let's look at a few examples here of how an ordinary looking spawn can become a monster start for Theodora. This is a great example where we have a holy site surrounded by 6 farms, which could yield 6 faith and 6 culture. Now of course there could be horses and iron and some other resources that could mess up my plans here, but generally speaking, if you can surround your holy site and your hippodrome with farms all over, your faith and culture yields are going to be great the whole game. A downside here is the amount of land that you end up using can be a bit challenging. You need a very specific kind of land to make like optimal placements of your hippodromes and holy sites and surrounding them with farms, which means the average footprint of your cities needs to be wider than other leaders or other civs. In this specific case, if I settle one tile northwest, I can put a decent harbor down with space for Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, which literally leans into a theater square and a hippodrome, giving adjacency to the theater square. Alternately, I could go a tile left and maybe instead of going to the city northwest, maybe go 2 tiles up and settle. I could put 2 cities down on the coast here in the desert, and that could also work. But here it gives you a great idea of how you can lay out for your holy sites and hippodromes as Theodora. This is another example, a spawn where you could make very strong holy sites. If I settle in place, it's a natural canal city, I could move up 1 tile north to the sugar, which actually would not be bad, but it takes me away and it takes me further into the desert area. So maybe it's not the best plan to move up north, but a district placement kind of like this, yeah, it could work. So the lesson here is build holy sites early, plan for hippodromes early, and plan to surround them with farms to get their most benefit out of it. Now in our Roirama start, maybe we don't get a very obvious placement for a holy site, especially if we are leaning on placing it next to Roirama itself. But we will have other secondary cities that will definitely get the benefit here. So why no holy site on the +6 Roirama tile? Multiple reasons here, but chief among them is the fact that I don't want to wait till bronze working and irrigation to put down my holy site. That tile has jungle bananas and I will need the ability to remove them before I can place the holy site down. I don't want to wait that long. Also, I forgot to mention that Tax's ability gives +1 great profit point per holy site for Byzantium, which means getting a holy site as early as possible, as soon as you can, is extremely important. Add to that the great tile yield of the jungle banana, which is invaluable in the early game, and I think it's an easy choice to not develop it. I think later in the game I most likely will end up putting a lumber camp on it. I think I'm going to leave the jungle alone here. So I think it makes sense to look for a better spot for a holy site, at least a tile which could evolve into a great spot with farms later. This is a standard size, standard speed 10 civ game, so we have 2 extra civs than the default. The map is small continents with low sea levels, and the enabled game modes are secret societies, monopolies and corporations, barbarian clans, and heroes and legends. The starting city state count is 9, slightly lower than the default, but the resources are sparse and the start is legendary. The map is going to be a bit crowded, I think, and quite possibly we may not see many clans evolve into city states this game. All wonders are possible in game except for the Bermuda Triangle, which by now you all know I do not like to play with. Our starting priorities are pretty straightforward here. We rush a holy site, rush a religion, and then settlers to get the most out of Roirama as soon as possible. Since this is a standard size map with 10 civs, only 5 religions are possible, so getting a religion is going to be challenging if we don't explicitly rush for it. Once we have a religion, then we focus on growth and the sim game if the map allows it. Since we have a coastal capital, Sinbad will be the one hero I will try hard for, but other heroes might also be good. As for secret societies, Void Singers seems like a natural choice here, but I think I'm going to steer clear of that. I've chosen Void Singers in far too many games in my recent past, and really, more often than not, Void Singers takes us down a culture win path very early. There is a case for Theodora to choose Sanguine Pact, but I think Owls or Hermetic Order might be the likely choices this game. Let's see, I'm going to keep my options open. At least for the first couple or 3 eras, I'll keep all the turns and the decision points unedited, but will likely edit down from there on. We found Venice and discovered Hanafu and Zablanque. I'm going to open with Amani in Venice. Getting suzerainty of Venice would be okay at this point. More than anything, it helps exploration. So we have finished astrology and we have discovered Sinbad, which is actually fantastic. So I did open with a monument first because I was hoping to get a hero. I wasn't hoping to try for Sinbad this early, and I think I'm going to go for Sinbad or start work on Sinbad as soon as I can. But I think my immediate problem, or the first question I need to answer, is where am I going to place my holy site? I think that's a decent spot for a second city. And we have a pantheon, and I think this is a no-brainer. I'm going to go for religious settlements because I'm going to place down my second city ASAP. There is a case to be made for some other pantheons which might be useful, but I think it's okay. I'll make religious settlements work. And we have found Jayavarman. Jayavarman is typically a strong religion save, so he automatically becomes a target. He typically gets a religion pretty early in the game, so like finding Jayavarman that close to us simply makes domination that much more likely. And that +3 science along with the +3 faith from the banana Roirama tile. Yeah, we got to astrology much earlier than we normally would have got, and we are going to breeze through some of these early texts very fast.
At his best.
That spot there, I think, is where I'm going to put down my holy site. It's next to a volcano, which is not... I'm not a big fan of putting districts next to volcanoes, but I think in this situation that will actually be a strong holy site. I think it's okay. I'll plan it there because I can put the 2 farms. I can harvest the bananas and harvest the woods next to that spot and place down farms. It would be a very decent plus. It would be a +7. holy site after the farms are up. Sweet. We have Sinbad. Okay. The thing with Sinbad is we need to find barbarian boats, barbarian camps, and get gold. Because I will need the gold to buy out to that tile to place the holy site down. This city here would be an excellent city for mausoleum. So it definitely needs a harbor, and I think that would be a good spot for mausoleum right there. And this city, yeah, it's an easy enough spot to put down the holy site there. Anything +5 and above holy site is excellent. Now that third holy site pin, I think we'll go to a city somewhere south, probably on the lake, south of Roirama, but I'm not sure where. We'll figure it out.
When you find yourself in a hole,
I think Constantinople needs to focus on growth more than anything else, and yeah, definitely let's get a few settlers in place. We have Kublai Khan to our south or southeast. Right, I need to raise gold to place down the holy site in my capital. But I mean, the second city is building a holy site now, which is not bad. But I really need to find a camp so that Sinbad can give me some gold. Alright, we discovered Oya. Okay, looks like Jayavarman is going to declare war on us. Having Venice as an ally is fantastic here because they will protect us. And we found Gilgamesh. And we will friend Gilgamesh for sure. There you go. That's his denouncement. So friending Gilgamesh, you typically, it makes me less likely to pursue domination when... Well, let's see. I mean, this is going to be a very strong start no matter what. And getting Roirama, getting Sinbad off the bat, getting a second city up, and I think we'll be getting a religion very, very soon. Yeah, it's... Only good things are going to be foretold from this point on.
every nation lives.
But I definitely need to make sure that I think I will need a unit in that city. Something. Cool. Let's put down the holy site now. But let's get the settler out first. Okay. I think let's go north. We got to find a camp closer to us. Every turn that goes by when you have Sinbad walking around not finding a camp, I feel it's opportunity lost. Okay. There you go. Kind of expected and maybe unfortunate, but let's see. I think I'll be fine. I think that Venice is going to protect me. And I think a single tile exposed is not going to be a problem. And I think, yeah, the boat is going to keep the defense of that city high enough that it's going to be impossible for him to take the city with just warriors. And we met Brazil. Yeah, we are safe. We are more than safe.
Writing means sharing.
Okay. Yeah, let's go in the camp and heal, and we will kill the camp next turn. It's possible I might have to take down 3 units before or 3 barbarian units before that camp dies, but there's always a chance that the camp can actually the warrior could die, but I think I'll take the chance. Oh, cool. That guy walked away, so we're good. Egypt. So there are 10 civs in the game, and we have already met, or 9 other civs in the game, and we have already met 6 of them. Okay. There you go. Gold. Okay, sweet. Sea camps are amazing. We'll buy the boat from them. And Sinbad can go to work. When you play Heroes and
I am fond
Legends,
of pigs.
having a high faith game is important. Because when you have a high faith game, you can actually recall your heroes far easily. And it gives you also the opportunity to actually recruit multiple heroes than you would normally typically get in a faithless game. And yeah, just opens up far many doors that you wouldn't have expected.
I like to say I practice.
Okay, need to take care of that. I mean, that camp is dead. That scout is pretty much he'll definitely capture my settler if he's able to. So I just have to make sure that I'm guarding my settler coming down. Yeah. Get the gold. Sweet. He still has 5 more charges, which is like potentially 1,000 odd gold more.
The wicked can pursue the lovers.
Chocolate Hills are right up there. Okay. Yeah, let's move Sinbad south. I think it's time.
Thousands have lived without.
Yeah, you can try and make a play for that camp. Okay, if he has any districts in the area, I'm definitely going to try and get a few pillages off. Holy site is up. And you're going to have, okay. Although we started the holy site in Constantinople after the one in Thessalonica, we got it up first, and we'll have our second holy site up too. We are going to get a religion in no time here. As soon as I'm able to, I want to put down a harbor. Yeah, he wants peace. I'm gonna see if I can get some pillages off before I take peace with him. Yeah, let's settle there. And I don't have a huge urgency with the holy site in this city, so I really need a few builders here. But let's start with the monument for now. I think I need more builders from this point on. I need to replace or harvest the jungles and the woods and replace them with farms. Doesn't look like... I don't see a holy site.
If it's luxuries like it.
Alright, 3 more charges left on Sinbad. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, we'll try and pillage that next turn.
Bronze is the mirror skill without imagining.
I need to think about what I want to do with all my gold. Alright. Single charge left now. Sweet. Now since Sinbad has expended all his charges, he can just walk. I mean, he can auto-explore. Maybe do I want that though? Because I've already secured a golden age and he could... I think he definitely benefits from exploring or discovering new continents. And that will also give him gold. So... yeah, maybe I should just not think about the golden age points that I might want to save up for next eras. Maybe he should just explore. But I think I'll move him manually. I'm tempted to auto-explore him, but I think doing it manually is better. If you haven't played small continents with low sea levels before, I strongly recommend it. It gives you these very interesting land mass formations and doesn't give you a very easy... It's not easy to plan around, like movement around the maps like these and even settling options. Things do get a little challenging. Especially if you play certain saves. I think with Byzantium... Like Byzantium can make the most of like large swaths of flat land, but yeah, but I believe this kind of map gives you a good balance of like a coastal game and a land game.
It is equally important.
Okay, I don't think there is any further access west possible. Although I was tempted to pick Pingala here, I don't think Pingala is as urgent at this point because my Pingala typically is important if you want early science and early culture. Right now, I think I can gamble with Magnus, and the chops are not so important, but I don't want the city to lose pop when I'm building settlers, and I want to be building a lot more settlers. I'm going to spam a lot of settlers, as many as I can, and I know I'll be in a golden age next era, and that's definitely going to be monumentality. There are only 6 more turns for Sinbad, so he's really... I don't think he'll be able to get too far here before he leaves the game. But to be honest, as soon as I have the faith, after I get my settlers up, I'm going to get Sinbad back. The capital is constrained for land though, or there are not too many land tiles I can improve. So I need to be careful about what kind of districts I'm placing down here. And if I'm planning for any wonders, I really need to be careful where I'm placing them. I need to maximize the footprint of the available footprint for Constantinople. And it looks like our border with Kublai Khan has a natural mountain range demarcating it. He's building the pyramids. Yeah, we are gonna get a religion. We are gonna be forced to religion here, which is excellent. And it doesn't look like Jayavarman is making any progress on the religion front. It'll be unfortunate if Jayavarman does not get a religion, because I really, really want. I mean, he is, just based on where things stand, he is a takeover target for me, or a conquer target rather. But before that, I would like to spread my religion to him, or to convert his holy site and then declare war on him. It's the Byzantine way. Convert the cities and declare war and get all the holy sites under your religion. But that pretty much takes us down the domination path. Or maybe even a religion victory, for example. But let's see, I think this game, the way things stand, I could take this game in any win conditions direction and pull it off. Yeah, let's just play and see what happens. I'm not going to try explicitly for one kind of win condition here.
Politics is the
Alright, so we are at political philosophy, and I think Classical Republic is a very reasonable, logical choice. But I'm going to pick autocracy here because I'm going to try and see if I can nail some wonders down. Yeah, I think that's fine. Pretty much all these tiles around Roirama, south of Roirama, which have woods and jungle, are going to be harvested, and I'll be placing farms down on it. And yeah, actually they're pretty strong tiles to have under control and be working them. Like at this point in the game, Gilgamesh's science is like already pulling away from everyone else. And yeah, if his science lead goes a little too crazy, it may not take the science win off the table for us, but it might be one of the longest turn victories as far as science is concerned. So I think a religion victory or a culture victory is probably the shortest. If I want to end this game early, a religion victory or a culture victory is probably the best way. Domination is also possible, but it'll just be grinding because we have to take out 10 different civs or 9 different civs here. Definitely doable, but when you have a strong sim game, it just makes domination less appealing overall. And we are having fun in this game. Let's plan for a government plaza here and maybe put a few more pins down for other things, but some placeholder pins maybe. Sweet, we have our prophet. I would like my religion to be in my capital, so let's move him to that city. And yeah, it might be a few more turns before we get our religion up. Alright, 8 turns to our golden age. Yeah, I think I'm just messing with Jayavarman at this point. It doesn't look like he has built any holy sites, and odds are extremely high that he doesn't end up with religion here, which really sucks because, yeah, not too thrilled about that. But I mean, he's generally in most games, he's such a sure shot candidate to get a religion. I'm also going to plan and move Magnus down to Antioch because Antioch looks like it has the best chances or the best shops available, and I think Magnus can benefit there. Which means when it's time to get settlers, I think we will buy them in Antioch and move them south and west first. Let's see. Right now the need of the hour is a lot of builders. I just need to get a lot of builders in place, chopping things, putting down farms. We do have, since we have shipbuilding, we do have the ability to build dromons now. Alright. Religion. Let's call it Leo. And yeah, work ethic for sure. We'll pair up the scripture later. And I think crusade here would be a nice choice, but I think I'm gonna go for the extra faith and pick pilgrimage. If we enhance our religion, I think we'll consider crusade or maybe something else. But yeah, we can decide that later. Yeah, let's take open borders here with Kublai Khan. We do want to move our guy south. Maybe just use him to scout a little bit, but okay. So there is a barbarian camp to my west, to west of Antioch. And I might need some military there to protect me. And all these builders can just start moving south. Okay, I don't see any pillages I can do. Okay, he has a one holy site at least up. Don't know it'll be enough for him to guarantee a religion, but I should consider peace here. But I think, let's see, maybe hopefully he repairs some tiles and I can get a few more pillages off if I'm lucky. But I have less incentive to stay at war with him, especially if he... I mean, I don't think he's doing too well. Typically when a civ has a weak game this early, it's not having that great a game, I find my incentive to go to war with them or essentially dominate them, yeah, it starts to fade away for me.
Each of us is carving.
Sweet, we found Anansi. Yeah, we already have a monument here, so I'm going to try and make a play for Anansi. Anansi's good. Especially, I mean, yeah, definitely the extra culture and science from Anansi is going to supercharge our leapfrog through the civic and science tree, but which actually honestly makes a culture win far more likely than others. But let's see. We have the faith to spare, and I think we'll probably end up claiming Anansi more than once. Or claiming Anansi and then recruiting her more than once this game. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with Ancestral Hall here. But when all said and done, we will have a very wide empire, for sure. Since I'm getting so many builders and more builders, I think Liang is fine. Eventually, I'm going to park Liang in Thessalonica, hopefully with the fisheries promotion, because I'm definitely going to be trying for the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus in Thessalonica. Magnus in Antioch is fine, and I think eventually Pingala in the capital is going to be a good option. Alright, let's see if we can snag this builder, and depending on what happens there, I might take peace very soon with him. Alright, we are into classical, we have a golden age, and okay. I think make peace now. I think there is not much I can do as far as villages are concerned. It looks like Gilgamesh is at war with Pedro. Interesting. And we are definitely going for monumentality here. So I have enough faith to start spamming settlers right now. But I think I'm going to wait a few turns, at least a few turns, because I'm tempted to recruit Sinbad again. Let's see. Let's get to a point where we have the faith to recruit Sinbad, and then maybe we can make a call whether that's the right play or not. I have the luxury of waiting. I don't have to make the decision on buying settlers just right now. It's really a side effect of having a strong start like this. You can try to optimize and min-max your way into this, but you don't have to because you have the luxury to wait things out. So our gold is So we have some gold in the bank here, but unfortunately our gold per turn is not exactly great, and I need to figure out a way to fix it. And I think this is a good spot. I think, yeah, let's get Pingala. Let's park him in Thessalonica for now, and I'll swap it with the capital later. Because the capital is busy building, making builders, and Liang is probably better in the capital just right now. We'll see. We'll have to move people around a bit later.
Man suffers only because he
Alright, we are at theology, and scripture is definitely getting plugged in. Now, I'm tempted for Corvi. Corvi is something I would typically like to do or like to place in, but there's no wonder that I'm trying for just off the bat. So I think replacing Ilcum with urban planning is might be slightly better. I think the capital's production is fine, and I think we're not going to change we're not going to hurt our builder production too much by removing Ilcum. But the other cities get the extra production to make their stuff faster too. And honestly, in a pinch, if I'm running short on gold, I can always sell some resources here. I do have some horses and iron I could sell if I wanted to. I think this envoy, let's suzerain Jerusalem here. I think all religion city-states are a very good are a high priority suzerain candidates. There will be some other situational ones, but I think I want all the religion ones on my side. I mean, in the land we have, Nazca may not be as useful if it's Nazca's in the game, but Yerevan would be really, really good if we get it. Even Vatican City, for example, would be really good, but the Byzantine ability to convert religions through combat, I think sort of dulls the effect of what Vatican City can do. Because I think when the game gets closer to when we are well past the mid game, I think we'll be earning a lot of great people, all kinds for sure. Okay, so Antioch is facing some barbarian pressure here. Maybe one more. I think I'm gonna get some units in the city. I will need them because that barbarian scout has been it has spotted us. I think like more than 10 turns ago, and I'm sure there are gonna be like at least 5 or 6 barbarian units somewhere in that cloud, in that fog of war. Let's see. Yeah, there's one there. That's where our capital's harbor is gonna go. It's not a bad harbor actually. Along with with the campus, yeah, it's gonna be a +4 harbor, which is not bad.
people who cannot find time for it.
That builder could be in trouble. Let's see. He might get captured, but I think I have enough firepower to kill him outright. But yeah, I might lose that builder though. Alright, there's the camp. Okay, I will not lose the builder. I'm going to raise some gold here and buy a warrior from the camp. And I think, okay, so it's spawned. That blocks that builder, that warrior from moving in. Okay, this might take a while, but we will prevail. I want the temple, but let's get the library first. It's fine. I mean, considering how well the AI is doing on their science, like Grand Columbia is catching up. Gilgamesh has... It looks like Gilgamesh has stalled for a bit on their absolute science number. But I think our science game is okay, and we are not... I mean, I've committed myself to not go for Void Singers this game. So Voidsinger's chorus typically would have been fantastic in this spot because their extra faith translates into science and culture and gold, and that's just a massive boost you get. But without Voidsingers, I think I'll have to get my science the old-fashioned way.
Money. If it does.
And I can put a corporation down, but I think the farms are more important. Yeah, let's place all of them down first. Yeah, and actually, honestly, like my capital is making all the builders, but I haven't improved the bananas yet. The Roirama banana, I think I'll improve it with a plantation. Maybe later in the game, I'll harvest the banana and replace it with like a lumber mill. But I gotta remember to do that when I get the builder in place. But the stuff north of the capital, the jungle tiles and the bananas, I think those are more likely than not, I will end up harvesting that and placing some districts or maybe wonders on them. I think I want to get the city to a certain growth level before I start mass chopping things or removing tiles that I ordinarily would benefit from working. Let's see. Alright, I think let's go for feudalism here. And we have a Nancy, and I gotta think about how I'm gonna use her. I do have a promotion, and is this? Yeah, I think let's pick fisheries here. I think I'm gonna, after fisheries, we'll go down the tree and get Bengala promoted at least. Connoisseur and Scholar. Get those two things in place. Actually, no, maybe all the way down to grants. After that, I will worry about, or I'll think about what secret society I wanna pick. I mean, it's gonna be either owls or hermetic, one of those two, and neither of them are actually great. I think, I mean, honestly, Void Singers. Why did I talk myself out of going for Void Singers here? I think Void Singers would be obscene and. Yeah, I mean, Void Singers is the right play here, and if in this situation, if you are in a similar situation as I am, do not do anything. Just pick Void Singers. That is the right play. But I think I'm not gonna pick Void Singers. I think if I have to bet on what I would be picking right now, I think I would end up picking owls. Yeah, getting hermetic before you have your core districts in place is kind of okay. Sweet. We have the faith. Let's get Sinbad. And I think from this point on, I am going to try... Yeah, I got to start thinking about settlers. I think these guys need to just heal up for a bit before anything else. And Anansi can... I mean, I don't know. It's fine. I don't care which resources Anansi eats up, but she can pretty much walk the land close to Jayavarman, and like stones or rice tiles or anything, that's not too important. I'd rather not take out any amenities here, but yeah, but stone, rice, maybe the odd copper or something else, it's fine. All the farmable tiles I can take out, and we can exhaust the charges pretty quickly. Okay, we'll be getting our settlers very soon here. A good Suzerain Preslav. It will... Okay, I did that. That's fine. We'll make it work. To be honest, I should have picked or tried putting points into some of the religion ones, but it's fine. The Golden Age points will not hurt. Okay, now where am I going to settle? I think that wheat tile would be okay. It does give a strong harbor and a strong commercial hub there. That opens up another city on that tiny peninsula. That could work too. Let's rearrange some pins here. There's a very strong 2 harbor, 2 commercial hub situation right there. Both the harbors here are +5 and both commercial hubs are +5. But let's see. If I move a few things around, would that... Okay. Maybe I put another city further west of Antioch, and that harbor is going to be... yeah. That +1 harbor is going to belong to a new city out west. So having done that, yeah, I'm getting a +8 commercial hub in the peninsula city, which is kind of sick. This will work. Time to spam settlers. We are not long for meeting the rest of the civs here. There are 3 other civs we haven't met. It's only a matter of time now before we meet them. In fact, we are going to get our circumnav boost very early this game. And we'll probably end up discovering... I think using Sinbad to go west here is going to be beneficial because there are definitely some new continents in that space which... So when Sinbad discovers a new continent, he gets gold along with the other charges that he can run against barbarians. Okay, let's see. Jayavarman, will you give me open borders? For a little bit of gold, that's fine. Because I'm gonna wreak havoc in your land. Let's see. I think take out the rice first. I would rather leave the luxuries alone here. But, okay. That's fine. Let's just take things out. Let's wreck him completely. I mean, the more I wreck his land and take out luxuries that are valuable to him, the less likely I am to actually conquer his cities because they become such weak cities overall. If Jayavarman doesn't have a religion, which he doesn't, there is little incentive for me to take him out. Pachakuti can be a serious science threat. Yeah. Okay. So all the farms are up in this part, and all the Roirama faith holy sites have farms next to it now. And yeah. Yeah, I think I need way more builders also. I need a lot more builders from this point too.
I've lived through some terrible
Right,
things in my
recorded history is done. Already had serfdom in place. Okay. Did not realize, I forgot when I actually plugged it in, but it's there in place. It's actually very valuable right now. We have a governor promotion, and I think this is the right time to go down Pingala's tree. Try to get Pingala all the way to Grants. Oh, good God. Yeah, my boats are struggling here, and actually, to be honest, yeah, maybe before I moved Sinbad west, I should have used him to take out the camp that's messing with my boats. That's fine. I think the map settings on this are sparse, and taking out critical tiles that Jayavarman would probably end up needing, you're making it like super sparse for him. You're just weakening him overall. But in all honesty, when Anansi goes for her next trip, I think going down to Grand Columbia or Pachacuti probably makes better sense. Yeah, I will need a dam on that river at some point. Another governor. I mean, let's just go with the new governor here. Let's pick Reina into the city. That's fine. And Antioch is growing really fast, anyways. So definitely one more district. I think maybe a hippodrome now wouldn't be bad. The question is, where would I place it? Gotta think about this. I don't know if I'll be able to surround this hippodrome with too many farms, because a hippodrome I would place, yeah, it would be somewhere close to the government plaza. I could try for a wonder here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just see if we can nail the hanging gardens here.
Tactics mean doing what?
Try and place the Huey, but I don't know. Okay, I want to get the hanging gardens first if I can, and then see if Huey is an option. The more wonders I place down or I commit to, or if I get some, it'll just make it easier for me to plan my hippodromes and my holy and my theater squares eventually. Let's see. So many decision points here. And this is about the right time in the game where I end up with a lot of decision paralysis. I've played so many games, so many Civ games over the years, and this one is by far one of the strongest ones. Just off the bat, you have a strong wonder start, and you get Sinbad and Anansi in the first two eras. We are only in the classical era here. Yeah, this game is set up to leapfrog everyone very, very quickly.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
We have the wheel, and I think I need to deal with this camp ASAP. Alright. Anansi cannot remove strategics, so I think that rice and maybe the stone next to it is a good candidate to remove. And there are plenty of like tribal huts still out in the wild that I could make a play for. Alright. Chops in place. I think I'll put down an industry on the T next turn. And I think maybe I'm maybe a couple of chops away from guaranteeing I get hanging gardens. Now this new city, I think I'm going to clear the land around here, maybe, and place down and plan for a holy site and a hippodrome in the city. And that camp will die next turn. Cool. Alright, let's place the mausoleum down. First industry is up. We lost... Oh, we lost Venice. Okay. It's fine. I mean, it was a good buffer city-state to have suzerain. It protected us from Jayavarman, but at the way things stand right now, I don't view Jayavarman as any kind of threat here. I mean, if there is war with him, we are going to crush him. Alright, camp is dead. And yeah, let's improve the honey before we harvest stuff. Improve some of these luxuries. They're good trade candidates actually. While I have some friends on the board, right now everyone is friendly with me, but the first war I end up in, that changes
The ascent
completely.
to the highest story is by stairs, and at their side are
And
water
we
sources, running
have
towards
the
Perseus,
hanging
continuous
gardens.
purpose to purpose, are continually employed in raising water from the Euphrates
Sweet.
into the garden.
On reflection, really, had I thought about getting Sinbad early, kind of threw me off here to an extent. Because one of the things I did, have delayed getting Pingala and I've delayed promoting Pingala all the way to grants. He doesn't have those promotions yet. And considering that I did not start spamming my settlers, which means I did not really need Magnus add provision until like very recently. And I'm just now building the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. So building fisheries was not going to be a priority, at least until I get the wonder up anyways. So yeah, I could have saved some of those promotions and dedicated them to Pingala, which could have definitely helped my science and culture more than it has. I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, science and culture is excellent right now, simply on the basis of the Roirama start and getting Anansi. And yeah, but we could have been better. In hindsight, knowing what I know now, I would probably have done things a little differently here. Or at least the order of my promotions would have been a little different. But yeah, but this is a fantastic game, no doubt. I'm still not convinced what my eventual win condition is going to be. If I had to hazard a guess right now, I would say it would be a coin flip between a religious victory and a culture victory, I think. Between those two, it's going to be one of those two. I'm pretty sure about that by now. But yeah, we are Byzantium, we are Theodora here. So I think along the way, we are definitely going to kill a few things. Kill a few civs here. But yeah, but this is a good spot to take a break. Thank you for watching and definitely tune into the next one. If you have made it this far and have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share with your friends, or consider subscribing. And if you're already subscribed, my heartfelt thanks to you. Thank you.